morning. Welcome. My name is Sarah. Thank you for joining me today on the mat from wherever you're coming from. Thank you for getting here. It's really hard sometimes to get to the mat, and so let's just take a moment of gratitude to appreciate any obstacle we had to endure to get here. We'll just sit with that for one moment. All right, we'll bring alternate nostril breathing into our practice today. It's just a way to calm the body. A lot of times when we're feeling disconnected, it helps bring it back to our breath. I've been suffering from allergies lately, so if you have been suffering from allergies too, this can combat some of the stuffiness. If for some reason you can't get an inhale in through one of your nostrils, because we will be closing one and opening the other, just leave alternate nostril breathing today. I don't want you to get discouraged because of allergies. So we'll take our thumb to our right nostril and our pointer finger to your left. And these fingers can just kind of tuck in. All right. So on your next inhale, we'll close the right side, breathe in with the left. Here we go. Breathe in. Pointer finger on the left, breathe out through the right. You can close your eyes if it feels okay. Thumb on your right, breathe in through the left. Pointer on your left, breathe out through the right. Beautiful. Close right, breathe in left. Pointer finger on left, breathe out through the right. Close right, inhale left. Pointer finger on left, breathe out through the right. One more round of breath here. Close right, breathe in left. Close left, breathe out right. Beautiful. Hands to your knees. Take a deep breath in through both of your nostrils. And exhale any which way you need to. One more time like that. We'll start that Durga breath, that 3-part breath. Deep breath in through your nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest. On your exhale, any way you'd like, let the breath go. And one more time. Big breath in, belly expands, your ribs start to move east to west, your heart lifts. And then exhale, let something go. Flicker your eyes open. We'll take both hands to our knees. Beautiful. And we'll just take some cat-cows from seated. So inhale, open. Exhale, contract. Breathe in. If you're sitting at a desk, counters any weakening of your spine. Beautiful. Exhale, contract. Any closure of the hips. One more time. Breathe in. And neutral neck, neutral spine. So you might be sitting up a little bit taller now. If you follow along on my playlist on Spotify, we'll be using one today called Rigid and Plastic. And as we move through our flow, I want us to shed some of the rigidity, because we have a lot of rigidity. We want to have things go the way we planned. We want to have the kids be on the schedule that we wanted them to be. We have all these expectations, but at the end of the day, we need to realize that we cannot live our lives based on outcomes and based on expectations, right? Because when we do that, we're living way, 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 way in the future. So I invite us to live in the present moment today. And it takes practice, and we falter and we fail every single day. But what keeps me coming back to the present moment is my breath and my yoga. So every time I get into a yoga shape, I breathe there, and I'm practicing living in the present moment. Like, you know that saying, like, live your best life? That's what we're doing when we're in the moment, when we're in our breath, and nothing else matters. We could be in the eye of a hurricane, right? And all we see is love. All we see is joy. So I invite us to step back today, be in your moment. Let's start with Rigid and Plastic playlist, Wild World. All right, from here, hands and knees. Hands and knees. And we'll take a few cat-cows. Inhale, open. Exhale, navel to spine, cats. Again, inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out, cat. Beautiful. Curl into your toes. Let's slowly roll back into downward facing dog. You're in inverted V. Push into your palms. Push into your feet. Your heels might not touch. That's okay. Start to move in a way that feels organic and safe to you. Inhale high up on the toes. Exhale, drop your heels. Again, inhale high on your toes. And then drop your heels. One more time. Breathe in. Take it up. Bend one knee, straighten one leg. Inhale up. Opposite knee will bend. Heel to the earth. Start to synchronize your breath with that, just that tiny movement, right? It's an inhale takes you up. Exhale bends a knee. Inhale up. Exhale bend. Beautiful. Inhale up. And then both heels down. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or float. You're at the top of your mats. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Your first forward fold of your practice. First one's always the tightest, so just let go of any expectation you have about where you should be here. Release your neck. Be glad, be grateful. We'll slowly start to roll up. When you get to the top, I invite us to set an intention for our practice. A mantra, I am blank. A word, breathe, be present, right? And we'll seal it in as we move through our sun salutation A. Arms at side body. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, lift through your kneecaps on the way down. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Beautiful, let's do that again. Root to rise, we're coming all the way up. Every time you grab this intention, almost like you're pulling it into your heart space, check it. Arms at side body. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, walk or float it back. We'll take chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Let's take 2 breaths here before we rinse and repeat. Beautiful. Let's get ready to flow. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, float, top of your mat. Half lift, fold. Ready to rise, we come all the way up. Grab your intention, pull it into your heart space. Samastitihi, arms at side body. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lifting. Plant your hands. This time we'll jump it back, land with chaturanga arms. Beautiful. Roll through to upward facing dog or cobra. Curl under your toes, down dog. Take 2 breaths here in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Beautiful. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Last time here. Exhale, float. Half lift, fold. Root to rise, coming all the way up. Grab your intention again. Pull it into your heart space. Let it be your truth. Arms at side body. Inhale, arms up. Sweep your hands up. Your hips sit back for chair poses, Utkatasana. It's a staple of a modern yoga practice is this chair shape. So you're sitting on an invisible chair. Your hips are going back, but your knees aren't going forward. We don't want our knees over our toes. Hips back, arms up. Feel your shoulder girdle start to engage. Feel your transverse abdominis pull up and in. You're supported. You might not feel supported. It might be a pretty intense shape for you, but you are. Breathe in. And breathe out. Hold. Beautiful. Root to rise. So we're squeezing the glute on the inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll play with a shape that's an arm balance. It's called crow. So let's walk it back about maybe to the middle of your mat so you have some space here in case you tip over forward. So you have your hands on your mat and they're spread as wide as you can get them. And from here, your knees will tuck into the back of your arms, as high as you can get them. And we'll start to shift the weight forward into our palms and just teetering the weight of our body on our hands. So you might leave your two big toes on the ground. You could also lift your two big toes up off the ground, or you can alternate. If you get it up there, pull your heels up as high as you can into the sits bones. And just stay there for a moment, checking in with the sensations of the body in your first arm balance. And if you're alternating, it's a beautiful place to be. Beautiful. Let's come out of this to Malasana. Low yogi squat, sitting up nice and straight. Elbows inside your knees. We'll take the left hand down to the diagonal, right arm up. You can find a bind here. Beautiful. Let's go right into the opposite side. Hands to heart first, then right arm to the diagonal, left arm up. You can reach. You can also bind. Beautiful. Let's slowly come out of this. Back to your crow. Maybe you lift both feet today here. 1, 2, 3. Shoot them back to chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Beautiful. From our down dog, inhale, right leg up. On your exhale, let's take hovering pigeon. So you're pulling that right knee to your right elbow, but then you're lifting the left heel towards your left armpit. Beautiful. Inhale up. Exhale, hovering pigeon. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out, pigeon pose. Back foot down, the knees down. And we'll maybe take it down to the forearms here today. Breath is fluid. Breath is big, a celebration of your present moment. Beautiful. Let's take both hands down underneath our shoulders. Curl under your left toes. Pull your right knee into your chest. And then take your right leg all the way up. Step it through. Crescent lunge. Arms up. Reach up. Breathe. Beautiful. Back knee down. Top of the foot down. Anjaneyasana. Now we can take interlaced hands. Place them behind your head. Look up. Elbows to the sky. Beautiful. Arms come back up. And then your hands to either side of your right foot. Shift your hips back. Half split. We'll slowly walk it forward where we're in that runner stretch, and then take both of your hands to the inside of your right foot for lizard. Beautiful. Hands frame your front foot. Curl under your left toes. Right leg up. Step it all the way through. Warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. Exhale, skandasana. Ice skater lunge. Your hands can be at your hearts or they can be on the floor. Doesn't matter to me. Beautiful. Let's turn it to the back of the house. We'll open up to Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. Left knee's bent. Equal amount of weight in both feet. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse. And then we'll take Skandasana on the right. So the right knee will bend, left leg will be straight. Dorsiflex the foot, your foot is flexed. And your hands can be on the ground for that. Turn around to the front of the house. And we'll step the back foot up. Chair pose, right where we started. We're a little bit lower this time. If it's too much for your arms to be up over your head, I get it. Let's take your arms back for airplane. Shift the weight into your toes, let your heels lift. Whoa. Allow for lots of wobble here. Interlace your hands behind you. Beautiful. Left heel down. Right knee raise. Your hands are still behind you. Now take your arms up. Interlace your fingers. Shift your weight forward. Right foot back. Warrior three. Beautiful. Hands to heart. Shiva squat. Knee to knee. Power up through the left quad, the left glute. Pull that right knee back into your chest. And then stamp your foot into the earth, like your stake in the ground. Beautiful. Arms at side body. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, walk or float it back. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha, inhale. Exhale to down dog. Beautiful. Left leg up. Exhale, hovering pigeon. So you're pulling the left to left. Swivel that right heel back towards your right wrist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pigeon. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, float. And then land. So we're in that half pigeon. Forearms down if you want to. Beautiful. Let's take our hands underneath our shoulders. Curl under your right toes. Inhale. Left leg up. Exhale. Step it through. Inhale. Rise up. Crescent lunge. Hold. We have a bent left leg, a straight, charged up right leg. You're starting to feel the muscles hug the bones. If you can't, flex your muscles. Squeeze them. Beautiful. Let's slowly drop this right knee to the mat, top of the foot down. Interlace your hands like a basket. Put it behind your head, elbows up. Beautiful. Arms come up and then arms go down. Shift your hips back, half split. Flex your foot, your toes towards your kneecap. Beautiful. Look up. We'll take both hands to the inside of the left foot for lizard pose. Curl under your right toes. Frame the front foot. Inhale, rise. Three-leg dog. Exhale, step it through. Warrior one, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Reverse. Skandasana, right knee bends. It's ice skater lunge. Beautiful. We'll take it to the back of the house now. Warrior 1. And then warrior 2. Hi, baby.
I just stepped on my hand.
He stepped on your hand?
No, my hand.
Your head?
With his foot.
Oh no, was that accident?
No.
If it was an accident, just have him say sorry, and then you can keep playing. Flip your front palm reverse. Right back into Skandasana. Love you, baby. Beautiful front of the house. Back foot steps up. Chair. Hands back. Belly in, lace your ribs in. So everything's like super tight and compact and efficient. Pull your left knee into your chest. Like there's a bowl of water in your pelvis. If we get off center, the water's gonna tip, right? So we wanna be really stable and centered and sturdy in the hips. Beautiful standing knee raise. Take our arms up. Gently start to tilt. Now like we're pouring from that bucket, pouring forward. Find warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Flexing up the back foot will help maintain balance. We'll take the hands to the heart for Shiva squat, knee to knee. Beautiful. Power up through the right leg back to standing knee raise. And then left foot meets the right here at the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. And from this open arm twist to the right, we'll pull the right knee up. So we're twisted and we have this knee. All right, straighten your right leg. See if you can grab it with your foot. With your hand. This is dancing Shiva. So I caught the big toe. You can also catch the outside of the foot if you need to bend the knee to get there. It's okay. And then we'll pull that right foot all the way back. Take the left hand down for Ardha Hanumasana. This is half moon. Beautiful. And then both hands will come down just to get you back to a place where you have stable, supple joints and hips. We'll slowly roll all the way up. Your shoulders roll up and down away from your ears when you get to the top of your mountain pose. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Look back. Bend your left knee and you slowly start to bring that knee raise up while maintaining your twist. Extend the left leg so you can catch the outside edge of your foot or your big toe. Dancing Shiva. And from here, we're just visualize where we're going. We're going right into half moon. So this left leg will come back. Your pelvis will tip open. So now we're opening the pelvis, squaring the hips. Right hand down for half moon. This is Ardha Chandrasana. If you have a Chakrasana, you can always bend the top leg and grab your foot. You don't have to. Pose is very effective as it stands. Beautiful. Let's take both hands down and then both feet down. Grab opposite elbows. Slightly bend your knees. Slowly start to roll all the way up. All right. So we've worked on crow and we've worked on hovering pigeon. Now we get to kind of put those two things together where we work on another arm balance with that external rotation in the hip. So it's called flying pigeon. Okay, so here we go. We'll prep it with a figure 4 hold just so we have enough time to really get into the hip. So extend your right leg in front of you, hands at your hips, and then bend it so that your right heel is a little outside of your left femur bone. And we'll slowly start to tip the hips back. So all that beautiful chair alignment, that core focus of knitting and like almost lacing like a corset, your ribs to your chin, to your chest, we're pulling everything in. And then we're leveraging the weight of the hips. So you're pushing the hips back as you open up through the right side. Beautiful. And it's from here we'll plant our hands. And maybe this is where you stay today, because this is a pretty intense hip opener. If you're ready for something more, the tops of your toes will be glued to the side of your arm. You're gonna glue them to your bicep. All right, so I'm gonna face you for this, just so you can see what's happening with my elbows. All right, so we plant our hands, and you're making a shelf like you would go into a chaturanga or a crow, and you're placing your leg bone, right, on that shelf that you've made. And you're gluing your feet too. So this is flying pigeon. We'll slowly start to tip your weight forward. Left leg moves up and back. And you can just play with it for a couple breaths or so. If you fall out, let's start right at the top so we get into it safely. So we'll extend the right leg, bend it, hands to your heart, sink. Then we plant our hands, then we glue our feet. Bend your elbows. And the first variation, all we're going to do is shift the weight. It's just like crow, shifting your weight. And then maybe you can get a little lift. Make sure that you're breathing. And check it out for 1 or 2 times, and then meet me at a forward fold. You're at the top of your mat. Beautiful. Let's come all the way up. Hands come to your heart. Right, so we have 2 sides. Let's go right into the left. Hands to your hips. Let's take the left leg out. Bend the knee to leverage the hip. We'll start to shift our weight back. And you can feel it, right? Not from here to here. Hands come to your heart. And we can stay here, we can plant our hands. Your hands are gonna be really flat. Glue your toes to your side right bicep. Bend your elbows. Plant your leg on that shelf, fly. Flying pigeon. Give it a couple tries. You might fall out. You might never get up. Either way, you're still in the moment, right? That's all that matters. That's why we're here. Let's try it one more time together. Extend that leg. Bend it, open it, sink it. Plant your hands, glue your foot, bend your elbows, find some lift. You don't have to fly very long to feel it. All right, let's take child's pose. Big toes are touching, knees can be narrow or together or open. Fingers wide, spread in front of you. Put your forehead down or your chin. Beautiful, let's come back up. Curl under your toes, down dog. Inhale, right leg reaches. On your exhale, tap the right shoulder, bicep, or wrist. Again, breathe in. Exhale, tap your right. Inhale, reach. And then we'll come back in for half pigeon. Again, so now we're a little bit more open. We can really get a little deeper and to the right side, even the right side body. So your hips are kind of knocked off to the right. So we're gonna reach our hands to the left as much as we can just to get a little bit more opening, and essentially we're opening up through the intercostals. So through everything that's your rib cage, from right pinky finger all the way to right hip point. And you can keep walking it to the left. If you're at your house, you have lots more room than you would in a mat-to-mat yoga studio. Beautiful. Flicker your eyes open. Let's walk it back to center. And we'll shift the weight. So now we're seated facing me. Your right heel is still pulled in though. Left arm underneath you, right arm all the way up and over. Grab your left foot. It's revolved head to knee pose. And if you can't yet reach your foot, you're reaching for it, right? Beautiful. Slowly come out of this. Take a big breath in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. We'll face the front of the mat. Curling under your left toes, take the right knee to the sky. And we'll just take some openings and closings here. Switch directions. Down dog. Left leg up. Step it forward for half pigeon. And we'll take our shoulders down in a second. Remember, hips will rock left. Your hands, your fingers, your arms will rock to the right. You'll find an opening in the rib cage area. Two more breaths here, and if you've lost the present moment, if it's spun off, know that you can always invite it back into your presence and to your being. Flicker your eyes open. Plant your hands under your shoulders and we'll rock open. This time your left leg is in, your right leg is out. Right arm under, left arm over. If you cannot catch your foot today, that's okay. Reach for it. Beautiful. Let's look down. Come all the way up. We'll curl under our right toes this time. Take the left leg up. On your exhale, left to left, give it a tap. One more time, breathe in, take it up, and then tap left. Up and bend and roll. Opposite. Beautiful, both feet down, down dog. Last down dog of your whole practice today. Take a couple breaths here before we move to our mat. Drop your knees. And we'll sit on our heels. So walk your hands up. Sit on your heels. And just giving the inner arches of the feet some love. They walk us around all day, mostly in flat flip-flop shoes. Just sending some breath there. Beautiful. We'll cross our ankles. Sit on our feet. Bring them all the way through. Paschimottanasana, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold. Beautiful. Let's take 3 more breaths here in Paschimottanasana. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Beautiful. Let's look up. Come all the way down to your back. If you have a strap or a rope tie or even like a hand towel or a beach towel, whatever. Let's take one foot. Put that towel or that strap, it could be a rope tie, in your arch of your foot. Your foot's pretty flexed. Go to where you're slightly uncomfortable, but can breathe with it. And I invite you to check back in with your intention during this time. Breathe it into your heart space. Beautiful. Bend your right knee. We'll open this up to the diagonal. See if you can keep both hip points on the floor and both shoulder blades on the floor. Beautiful. Bend your right knee, bring it in. And we'll switch. Catch the left foot. Find the arch. Extend the right leg, extend the left leg. Beautiful. Deep breaths. Fluidity over rigidity. Present over future. Bend your left leg. Both hip points on the floor. Open up. Come back to center. We'll bring both heels in close as you can to your sits bones, arms at side body for bridge. Lift up through your lumbar spine. We're working bone by bone all the way up to your cervical spine. And it's here we stay. This is bridge. You can interlace your arms underneath you. You can roll your shoulders underneath you. You don't have to for it to be effective. You're squeezing your glutes. You're pushing your heels into the earth. And you're breathing. With an open heart. We choose love. Slowly come down bone by bone, working from the thoracic to the lumbar. Pull your knees into your chest. Beautiful. Happy babies. Wait. And we'll slowly start to rock side to side. And it's from here that there's anything else that you need for your practice, I invite you to go there. If you don't need anything else, know that you need one more pose, the most important pose. It's Shavasana. It's meditation time. So extend your legs pretty wide, as wide as your mat. Arms by your side body. Beautiful. And if you have a playlist going, I invite you to turn it off. I'm going to play something for you today. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Breathe and rest and be. to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, bringing your awareness back into your present moment. And that's something that we've been trying to discover for the last almost hour or so. And before you completely come back to seated, I want you to weave in that mantra that you chose or that intention from class. And if it was what we talked about, then just being present in my moment. I'm going to share with you a quote about the present moment. It's short and sweet. Start to flicker your eyes open, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, and reach the arms back as far as you can. So we're looking for this axial extension in the spine, where we want to feel the spaces in between the vertebrae. You're stretching, you're reaching, you're opening, essentially you're creating space. And the quote is super simple, and it's super poignant to me, especially right now when so much of our present moment is wildly different. The art of life is to live in the present moment. Just think of that. The art of life is to live in the present moment. There are so many uncut gems inside of us all that we can only access when we are truly living in the present moment. Reading this book right now, it's called Big Magic. And she says that we are all just spinning around this earth waiting for ideas to kind of like land into our head, to make some sort of connection and collaboration with us. But we can only get there if we are living in the present moment. And how awesome is that to be able to choose that no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, no matter what external circumstances surround you, we can always choose it. We can always choose love. So when you're with your kids today, when you're with your spouse, when you're with yourself, and you're feeling kind of just like, you know, how we all get kind of blah, blasé, bring it back to your breath. I promise it could jolt you into the present moment. If that doesn't work, put on some good music, start to flow, warm up with a sun salutation, go on a walk, do something that inspires movement in the body. Because when we move, a lot of times that brings us back to our awareness, to our present moment. All right, so we'll start seated. To close the practice, it's always nice just to sit up really straight and tall, and then to feel the rooting of the sits bones into the earth. So we're rooted, but we're grounded. We're rooted and we're lifted. And bring your hands to your heart. Beautiful. Take your arms up. Circle them back. They'll meet right back at your heart. All my love, all my blessings, and all my light. Namaste. Find your moment today, sweet yogis. It's waiting for you.